Welcome to the Eric T Conversation. I'm Eric T. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas holiday. Happy Hanukkah, all those Jewish folks out there. That started yesterday. Have those 8 crazy nights, people. Enjoy yourselves. Anyway, I hope you got a lot of food, some turkey, all those things I was talking about, those birds that we eat that don't fly. And I get it. We eat pheasant, we eat quail, okay? But my point was this. You're not going to go to the deli at a grocery store and get sliced meat of quail or pheasant meat. Right? You're going to go hunt for that. You're going to shoot it with your buddies. You're going to go back to your cabin, skin it, cook it, and that's it. You're not going to eat quail meat and pheasant all year round in your sandwiches. Nobody does that. Okay, so my point was we only eat the ones that are on the ground, and I get it. And I know some wild turkeys do fly, but they choose really not to. That's the whole point. Anyway, it was good for a couple laughs. So I hope everybody enjoyed that little observation of mine from the other day. Anyway, I got a phone call recently, and this friend of mine has known me a very long time, knows my family, and this person calls and says, "Hey, I think I just saw your mom walking." I go, "What do you mean? My mom's 80 years old." And I said, "What do you mean walking?" Because I think I saw in her neighborhood walking the streets outside, and she was wearing a mask. I said, "What do you mean my mom was wearing a mask outside?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, "That's not my mom. No way my mom's wearing a mask outside." She's like, "Eric, that's your mom. I know that walk anywhere." Now, we have a very distinct walk, my family. It's just a weird walk. Walk with our feet out, very distinct. People see me in the mall, they know it's me walking. That's how distinct my walk is. But this person said, "I know that walk anywhere. It was definitely your mom, and she was wearing a mask." I'm like, "All right, let me call my mom real quick." So I hung up the phone to this person, and I called my mom. I said, "Hey, Mom, so were you outside earlier today going for a walk?" She's like, "Yeah, I was going for a little walk." I said, "You wouldn't happen to be wearing a mask, would you?" She goes, "Yeah, I was wearing a mask." I said, "Mom, what are you doing wearing a mask? This is 2024, almost 2025. No, you don't wear masks, especially outside." And she goes, "Well, I know. Well, the pollen was really bad, and I was having problems with my sinuses, so I put on a mask." I said, "Mom, you can never wear a mask. There's no circumstance you wear a mask these days because somebody's going to see that. They're going to take a picture, and they're going to put it on social media and go, 'Hey, look at this crazy person wearing a mask outside. We're almost in 2025.' And I'm going to know that's my mom. And I'm going to know that's not my mom wearing a mask because of, other reasons, just wearing a mask because of allergies." I go, "Mom, people are going to think you're voting the wrong side." And she's like, "No, no, tell you what, I'll get a mask that says Trump on the front." I said, "No, at no point do you wear a mask outside at all. Don't even wear one inside. It's ridiculous. We don't wear masks. You're marking yourself for a bad situation if you're going to wear a mask outside." So I had to scold my mom. Look, my mom's 80 years old. So I'm glad she's outside walking to begin with. But when people recognize you and they call me and tell me that my mom was outside with a mask on, I had to flip shit. I'm like, "Mom, don't ever do that. That's a bad thing. You're going to be a meme somewhere on social media. It's never going to go away. So just don't ever do it again." So I know there's about 2-3% that are still wearing them outside at the grocery store, at Home Depot. And it's like, man, you're still holding on to it. Still holding on to it. They could say they got a little cold or something. Come on. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, people got colds. Nobody was wearing a mask outside. And all of a sudden, people wear masks. And they got a little cold, a little sniffle. Just don't go outside. But please, don't go out and wear a mask. You look ridiculous now. It's over. Look at the Twitter files, baby. It's over. Dr. Fauci's going to be in a lot of trouble coming up unless he gets a pardon from Joe. So let's see what happens with that. But yeah, stop wearing them, people. There's no need. Well, now for the conversation of the day. What is the affinity with Luigi Mangione? The guy who allegedly shot the CEO of United Healthcare in the back at 0600 in the morning and ran off like a coward. Well, I don't know what's going on, but I just came across some AI selfie creator yesterday when I was scrolling through some social media. Check this out. Isn't that crazy? They're using this guy's image for examples of selfies that you can create for the holiday. And they're using a guy who's allegedly a murderer. That's insane. Just because a guy had a cool six-pack with a selfie on his social media page, women are going crazy over this guy. Conspiracy theories are saying that, there's no way he could have done it. He was in a vehicle at the time. Let me tell you something. The evidence that they have is overwhelming that this guy probably did it. They found the 3D printer that he used to print the silencer and the gun. They found the note cards that he made about the shooting and how he was going to do it. They tracked him all the way from this diner that he went to eat at before he did the shooting. They got the glass that he used. They found the fingerprints on it and on. And people are saying, well, why isn't he screaming at the rooftop that he didn't do it? Well, that's why he's got a big shot lawyer. And people are like, why does he have a big shot lawyer? How can he afford a big shot lawyer? A lot of lawyers like the limelight. And this is a huge case that some big shot lawyers would go ahead and do it pro bono so they get their name in line. Look at OJ's dream team, right? A lot of those guys jumped on board because they knew it was a trial of the century. So don't get it twisted. Don't start thinking this guy is some kind of folk hero because he took down a CEO of a healthcare company. Let me tell you something. You get a bad deal at the grocery store. Are you going to go kill the CEO of the grocery store? No. If you have to take your car to the shop over and over again and they're not fixing a problem, are you going to track down the CEO of that auto shop and go after him? No, you're not going to do that. Normal people don't do that. They sue. They do everything they can to go the legal route, but they don't commit murder. This guy was a father. He was a husband. He was a guy who contributed to society, and they just took him out in the middle of the night because the person that did that was a coward, and that's wrong. And now New York City's on fire, literally. The poor lady was lit on fire in the subway train, and she was just lit to burn up. And there are, I don't know if you've seen the video, but there are police officers that are continually walking by that open subway car, and the lady is just burning. Not one time did the cop decide to take his jacket off and snuff out the fire. It's a human being. You can see the body still rocking, and yet cops are walking by and nobody's paying attention to this lady lit up like a candle, and nobody can bother taking a blanket, a fire extinguisher, nothing to put out the fire and just let this poor lady burn. By the way, it was an illegal alien that was brought to the country, sent back, came back again illegally, and committed this horrific crime. People in New York now are clogging up the streets with cars. Gridlock is going through the roof because nobody wants to take the subways anymore because of all the tragedy that's happening there. And now we have Russia shooting down an airliner, Flight 8432, the Azeri airliner, that crashed yesterday because during a drone strike, Russia shot a missile at this aircraft, blew up, and the shrapnel hit the aircraft. And the pilots called for emergency landing, and Russia would not allow them to land in their airspace despite having significant damage to the aircraft. The Russians also blocked their GPS signal using some type of special warfare technology that they have, so that when the airplane was able to land, it was too late and it just fell out of the sky and killed all these passengers. So there's so many things going on in this world that we need to really start paying attention to because more are going to happen. Things need to get better, and they need to get better fast. 25 days, January 20th, can't come here fast enough. It's crazy, things that are going on, and it's going to keep happening. You're going to start noticing more and more things are going to start occurring because they're going to hand him over a big pile of turds, and he's got to fix it, and that's the whole plan. So pay attention to these surprises that keep coming, black swan events that keep coming up. There's going to be a couple more of them that are going to come in the next 3.5 weeks, I assure you. Anyway, click, like us, subscribe to us, follow us on all the social medias, and join us next time for some chit chat, some observation, and some great conversation. Thanks.